Hi, I'm Dr. John Harper from beautiful Oceanside, California, and I'm here with Karen Bain from Oceanside. And Karen came in with peripheral neuropathy and some other health issues. And so, Karen, tell us a little bit about some of those challenges that you had before you came to our office.
So yeah, I have CMT in my feet, which contributes to my peripheral neuropathy. And honestly, what really triggered it, I think, was I started to have burning pads of my feet. And that was a new development for me. And I'd seen neurologists and podiatrists and many things over many years. And basically they say, there's really nothing that can be done.
That it's
And
just
so I'm going to,
progressive.
correct,
Yeah.
I'm just going to live this way. So, and I know others who have this, and my mother-in-law actually has it, and she's on medication, but I knew it was just going to progress, and so the burning pads was a key sign to me that this is where I'm headed for the future. And I, ended up finding Dr. Harp, finding you, and I came in for one of the informational sessions, and certainly intrigued. I mean, the information that was just shared then to me was, fascinating, honestly. And so, especially, high cholesterol, being on statins, and certain things like that, and how that could impact what was happening to my body. So,
Right.
yeah, I also had neck pain. Well, back to the feet. I mean, just washing my feet sometimes, very uncomfortable, just because of it's just a weird feeling when in the shower washing my feet because of the neuropathy. I couldn't feel certain things or feeling different sensations. I play volleyball, and my doctor would always tell me, you've got to be careful on the sand. You can cut your foot, you could break something, and you wouldn't know because, again, of the lack of sensation or different sensations. So. And getting massages, I like to get massages, but it was also, again, a very strange thing to have them try to work on my feet. So that was, an initial reason for coming.
Sure.
The neck pain, I just thought sitting at a desk working at a computer all day was how I was going to live. That was the consequence for having a desk job, was neck pain.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And then with the CMT, most physicians say that that's a genetic disease that's progressive, and it's not only going to lose sensation, but you lose the muscle. At some point, you're not able to have enough strength to walk. So when you first came in, you had some leg weakness too, and how many games are you going to cut down to now in volleyball?
Yeah, I know. Well, now I'll play 5 and 6 a day.
5 and 6 a day.
These are twos in the sand, so
Yeah,
it's two people in the sand. So.
Yeah, I get exhausted just thinking about that. Yeah, but you've been playing 8, right? And you say,
Yeah.
I'm getting at 49.
That's
I'm getting
an age
old,
thing.
so I'm going to cut back to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
We all wish we could play two-man volleyball in the sand.
Definitely. I mean, balance, and neuropathy, it impacted my balance. I didn't even realize to the extent, until obviously going through some of the treatments and watching, how you evaluated me ahead of time and stuff. So.
Right. So when you came in and we did the exam, and I was real clear about what was going on, right? The problem. Everything was in writing and all up front. We gave you a few treatments so you could see what the therapy was all about.
Yep.
So did it feel like we were, treating you right and respectful and straightforward about everything?
Yeah, I am a due diligent. I deal with contracts all the time, so I read everything, I research everything, and I wouldn't say I was necessarily even skeptical about the treatment or anything like that, but it's something new, and when you have people tell you all the time that you can't change this or heal this, going through the research and reading everything, hearing what you said, everything made sense. Up front, obviously the finances, I was like, okay, but it makes sense. It made sense.
Yeah,
so.
we worked that all out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the staff, how would any comments about them?
No, everybody's great. It's like family. I mean, when you come in, it's just like family, and get to see them regularly and stuff. It's fun to come back and see them now.
Perfect.
Everybody knows.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then also we included your now husband, then fiance, John, and you said you thought that had some benefit, that he was knowing what was wrong with you and what needed to be done. And so can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, and I remember kind of pushing back because at the time we weren't married, we didn't live together, we didn't share finances or any of that. And so I thought, why does he really need to come? And to have his support and have him be there while you evaluated me, so he could actually see for himself what was going on and hear, what the plan was and what you were going to do. It just allowed him to support me. And in times where I was maybe, whining or complaining or not wanting to, do something, having that extra support was huge. It really was huge. So.
That's great. Well, good. And you guys definitely make a good team. It's obvious. That's great. So how are things now? How are you doing? Any the
Good.
burning? Any issues?
No.
Or
So I haven't had burning at all. I don't feel like it's progressed. If anything, I mean, obviously I can feel more. My balance completely changed, and well, neck pain too. I don't
Yeah,
deal with
you
the
know,
neck
even
pain.
though you're still doing the same job and
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
and you have no neck pain
Long
now, so we
hours
got
at the
that all
desk.
figured out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, massages. I get massages now, and it's just totally different to be able to feel my feet and not have. It's just I couldn't describe it. So gross is just a weird feeling. So now it's miracle sort of stuff. It sounds silly, but it's.
It is,
sort
yeah.
of fascinating.
And no progression of the CMT. Your strength is still there,
Mm-hmm.
and so the supposedly inevitable thing that was supposed to happen to you is been fixed, and
Right.
that's really great.
Right.
Yeah, so fabulous. So Karen, the big reason why we do these videos is that people can be skeptical. I'm skeptical by nature, and so when somebody hears that we can really help them with things that are supposedly unhelpable. They're skeptical. So what would you say to somebody like that?
You have to try it. You have to try it. I mean, there's clear results. For years, I had gone years and years, and in Florida and California, multiple neurologists, multiple podiatrists and doctors, and this is your life. I mean, I've even seen I have family members that have trouble with their feet, and to be able to feel like I've now reversed that, stopped that, reversed it, and you have to try it.
Gotta try it. Good job. Well, Karen,
It's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth the investment. It absolutely worth the investment for me.
Beautiful, good,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what people tell me. Yeah, and Karen, I when I took you on as a patient, I knew we were going to have great results because you are really diligent about what you do, not only in your work, but when we finally figured out what was causing all this problem, and I said, these are the changes in your life. You said, no, I ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna do it, and you did.
Yeah.
And this is where we are now.
Yeah.
And you before this video started, you were mentioning that you even know now what to do, how to take care of yourself. Like even if something like you eat something that causes you some problems, you already know. Okay, I don't need to do that anymore,
Yes.
and I don't want to get sick again, and that's the
Yeah,
end of that.
yeah.
So.
You start to recognize, and I'm much more familiar with my body, and much more familiar with how I'm doing things and what I'm doing, and it's funny at a retreat this weekend, and a woman just said, "Oh, I know I'm not going to pass you that just because you're eating the other thing." So
Beautiful, good. Well, that's great. Well, Karen, thank you very much. I really appreciate the time that you took with us today, and continued success with the new marriage and your health.
Thanks.
And have yourself a really great day.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.